What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me again. If you're new to the channel and you are interested in lad chat, lifestyle-based videos, videos on fitness, on health, on martial arts, or you are just interested in seeing some hopefully cool daily vlogs, then perhaps consider subscribing. Right, so today's video is going to be about the man, the myth, the legend, the Iceman himself, Wim Hof, and his theory. And the reason that I am talking about him today is because I have started to try and use, or at least test, some of the principles that he talks about in my daily life. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so if you don't know who Wim Hof is, he's known as the Iceman, okay? If you have not heard of this, I will leave a link below to his website, so go and check him out. He started his theories when he was about 17, and basically he believes in the power of cold as in the temperature. So, you know, he pretty much wears shorts and t-shirt year round, including in the winter, and I mean, this guy lives in, I'm pretty sure he lives in Poland, so it gets very, very cold, and he embraces those cold temperatures. And he also believes in the power of breathing and making sure that you can change your chemical balance within your body to strengthen your immune system, and all through the use of changing your pH so that you become less acidic and more alkaline. And it essentially is meant to help fight and support your immune system. So it's a very interesting concept, and it's something that naturally I was quite interested in when I first heard about it. Lots of scientific research that has looked at, obviously, breathing, obviously, especially if you're invested in sport, trying to contain your breath and make sure that oxygen regulation is optimized. And there's also been lots of discussion and chat about cold therapy. I know lots of athletes often do a combination of hot and cold ice baths. It's always been something I've been interested in, but Wim Hof takes that to new extremes. So Wim essentially became well known and got his name as the Iceman because of a variety of sort of daredevil stunts, you could say, that he has done. Probably for him, it's more pushing the boundaries of his theory. He's done things like he's climbed Everest in just a pair of shorts. He's done some fairly daredevil stunts, including swimming under, I'm pretty sure it was a frozen lake, but swimming under the ice in a massive frozen area. I think he said he did something like 70 meters. And after the 20-meter point, he even said that his retina froze, so he couldn't actually see anything when he was under there. This man has done all sorts of crazy stuff. He's even done a challenge that was for a sort of, I suppose, for the scientific literature, where he was able to be fully submerged from the neck below in ice for 80 minutes. And he was able to regulate his body temperature, and actually they noticed that his body temperature didn't drop below 35 degrees, and in some instances it increased to 36. So this guy has completely mind-boggled scientists, because there are things that he shouldn't be able to do that he can, and he puts it all down to the cold therapy that he uses and these breathing techniques. So we are going to be looking at his breathing techniques because I have been trying them and I found them really interesting. So first of all, let's actually talk about what they are. Now, Wim Hof talks about how as humans, as Homo sapiens, we have very much left our ancestral cavemen in the past. We've stopped doing things like climbing trees, hunting outside, and, you know, relying on the land, and instead we have reverted to a sort of a cozy lifestyle of enjoying warm heated homes with nice clothing. If it gets cold, rather than bearing the cold and dealing with it, we stick on big coats, we shower in nice hot water. And because of that, our biology and our internal chemistry changes. So the exercise that Wim Hof talks about, and he does a tutorial himself, so please feel free to go and check his YouTube channel out, is he talks about doing an exercise where you fully inhale fill your lungs up, and he talks about it coming from your gut, your lungs, and your head. So fully trying to inhale as much as you can. But then when you exhale, rather than completely compressing your lungs and breathe and exhaling completely until you've got nothing left in you, just let the pressure go. And then inhale fully again, let the pressure go. And you keep doing this for about 30 to 40 repetitions. You may well feel lightheaded. You may well start to feel your fingers, your toes, your lips starting to tingle. He says that's okay. Embrace it. And then on the final exhalation, on that 30th or 40th repetition, just stop breathing. The principle is that you wouldn't need to take a big gasp of breath like you would normally. And I'll show you this in a minute. I will show you how it works. And the whole principle is that you are overloading your body with oxygen. And he says that when you do this, and you do this for like 3 or 4 sets, or sometimes even more, you're actively changing the chemical balance within your body. He mentions about, and I don't really know too much about this, it may be something that I look into more, but he talks a lot about how mammals have quite alkaline blood, right? The mammals typically have alkaline blood, but because of our cozy boy lifestyles, because we like to keep warm and we like to be in comfort, our blood has become slightly more acidic, which is detrimental to our well-being. And he talks about using these breathing techniques to change your internal body chemistry, and it will help crazy things like it will help you overcome disease, it will help you with general body repair. There are so many benefits to it. Like I said, I'm not going to talk too much about it because there are many videos that Wim Hof talks about himself, and he talks about these principles much better than I can, but it's something that I've been really interested in. So let's have a look at how it actually works. Okay guys, so I am on my living room floor. Now the first thing that Wim Hof talks about in his tutorial videos is whenever you're doing these breathing exercises, especially when you start them and you're not used to them, there is a possibility of essentially fainting, right? So don't do this in sort of water, like don't do it in the bath, don't do it if you're out and about, don't do it where you're driving, those kind of things. What I am going to do is I'm going to time myself having breathing normally. I'm going to time myself having not done any of these breathing exercises to see how long I can hold my breath for, and then I'm going to do 1 set, and then I'm going to time it again. Having done this, the difference is quite big. Right, so I've got the timer set up. All I'm going to do is for the first one, I'm just going to breathe normally, breathe out, hit the timer, and see how long I can hold my breath for. Let's do it. Right, so I don't know if you can see that, but that there says 18.6 seconds. Now, I could probably hold my breath for longer. That is pretty pathetic. Okay, but the thing that Wim Hof is talking about is he doesn't, in this exercise, the aim is not to hold your breath until you go purple in the face. The idea is to hold your breath until you feel like you need to take another one. So the moment that your body is telling you, okay, we need to breathe now, that's when you take a breath. So if I were to hold my breath until I was purple in the face, I could probably do it a lot longer than that. But on just one normal breath, my body doesn't tell me and signal to me that I need to take another breath for 18 seconds. So now let's try the Wim Hof method. Okay guys, I'm gonna lay back, I'm gonna start the breathing, but I expect I will probably do a bit of a time lapse because it's just me breathing. Right, let's do it. Right, guys. Oh. So, there we have it. Now, the time says 1 minute 26.8. Now, this isn't me trying to sort of set you up, okay? I did about 30 breaths. You can keep on going for as long as you really want to, is basically what Wim Hof is suggesting. I have got tingles in my cheeks as I was doing the breathing. I can feel it from my arms. It is a funky feeling, but he talks about you being energized by the oxygen. And as you can see, 1 minute 26. Now, I've done this already over the last couple of days, and the more frequently you do it, the more impact it has. So that was just one round. I am going to stop here for the sake of the video, plus I did it this morning. After the second round, I noticed that I was able to do about 2 minutes, and then after the third round, I even managed to do it for 3.5 minutes. So yeah, speaks for itself, really. So guys, there you have it. I think the results of just that one session speak for itself, and the intention is that you try to do about 4 or 5 sort of sets, you could say, of that per day, or at least per session of you trying it. There is lots of science behind it. Since Wim Hof has become more well known, since he has gone out and done all these challenges, he has worked quite closely with scientists, and there's been lots of research done, including crazy things such as looking at how the body the immune system and the autoimmune system deals with things like fighting off virus and bacteria. And he, as an individual man, has been seen to take control over his immune system, which before him didn't seem to be possible. So there is some absolutely incredible stuff going on. Now, in terms of the whole breathing technique, the whole point of it is all to do with oxygen regulation. When we breathe, we are essentially helping our heart pump freshly oxygenated blood around our body. Oxygen is obviously essential for brain function, and therefore muscular function, for our internal organs to work, and so on and so forth. When we have reduced oxygen intake, then we start to suffer, we lose consciousness, and so on and so forth, which is one of the reasons why altitude sickness is such an issue and kills people, because essentially you're starving yourself of oxygen. So by doing this exercise, you're doing the opposite, and you are flooding your body with oxygen. And as I said at the beginning, Wim Hof talks about changing your internal chemistry from something that is rather acidic to something that is more alkaline, and there are many health benefits to it. So my biggest suggestion, guys, is give it a go yourself. You will probably feel a bit lightheaded at times. You will feel those tingles. So like I say, make sure you do it in a safe environment. If needs be, do it as part of like your morning routine or your nighttime routine, and see how it has an impact on your body. Yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found it useful. If you're interested in Wim Hof, have a look at him. Like I say, I'll link his website down below. He also has a YouTube channel, so search for Wim Hof and you will find him. Right, I'm going to wrap the video up here. If you have any comments about what I've just done, if you want to ask me anything about Wim Hof and about my experiences, please leave a comment down below. As I said at the beginning, consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and if you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button. Every bit of love is much appreciated. See you next time, guys. Bye.